honestly wanna understand what is causing these problems with the things, the invites.
Jesus Christ, 5 Italians.
Yeah, some are randoms.
Huh?
Some of them are randoms because they had to open the lobby for the invite. So
So I'm assuming Hawkeye, see you guys, not our, don't know, stealth, I guess.
I don't know who the stealth guys.
Mido and NXT William is supposed to be here, so as reserves we have already Mido, so basically everyone else that we don't know is basically one of the randoms, so basically I guess Turbo, Chris, Axioguru, Siugra, whatever, Stealth, I guess that is guy as well, I don't know. I just commentate, and after commentating I ghost the league for like a week.
Yeah.
I mean, technically I'm part of the FIA, but I haven't done shit for like a couple of months. and I'm not even joking. I'm part of the FIA, but I haven't done shit.
By the way, just because I need to tell you in case it comes, there is a new bug on the game where if there's a safety car, the game can say, hey, the safety car is immersive. Let's put it on broadcast. I need to do the whole safety car on broadcast.
Ah. Well, that's fun.
So if it happens, that's a bug.
Uh-huh. Cool. Yeah. Righty.
Also, record a race for myself so that in case I see anything, I approve.
Yeah. I mean, I'm streaming, so basically if I would try and save myself for myself something, then it will be kind of pointless. Because there's already one POV from me from a stream. Yeah. This should be a fun race though. Very fun.
Considering our T2 and yeah.
Yeah, I can already see that there's like 8 tickets. No. 9. Actually. So yeah. This session is full for me. Because it is full. The session is full. Quite literally.
Yeah, there's the guy in the Mercedes that is still there.
Yeah.
Paul is in.
No.
No, he's not.
Yes, he is.
He's in there, yeah.
Yeah.
Who are we missing then?
What are we missing? Well,
probably a reserve.
Yeah, William. It's the other horse that we're missing. And if there we go, the Mercedes. All right.
Okay.
Yeah. Where is it? Yeah, we have everyone. Okay. Full grid. So now out with the shenanigans, and let's talk about what happened last race. China. Somehow no incidents reported. Wet China, by the way, so kind of a surprise there. With the race results, everything stays the same. Zinc wins from Chimp, then Sir Nikolai, Trilla, Vampy, Frizzy, Joshi, Pera, Turbosnail, and Chesney rounds off the top 10. Not the Chesney in the Ferrari. In the driver's standings, Zinc, of course, I mean, everything is going to be the same, so I'm not going to even go through that. I just talked about the race results, so it's everything in the first race is, of course, going to be the same. But then in the constructors, Mercedes lead the way from 14 points in front of the V-Carbs. Then it's Sauber 16 points, Aston Martin 12, Alpine 10, Williams 8, Red Bull 5, McLaren 2, and then Haas continued their non-scoring streak. Actually, no, that they have scored in Abu Dhabi. Anyways, with a very low amount of points. They don't have any points. The same with Ferrari, so not great for the Ferrari-powered cars, besides Sauber. But yeah, Ferrari and Haas down in the bottom. Hopefully they can score some points. And yeah, that's that. Visselbor, the reigning world champion, didn't race last race, so he's gonna have to have some catch up to do to catch up to Zinc and pretty much everyone. So yeah, but in Jeddah it's gonna be interesting. That's almost guaranteed interesting. With them shenanigans and all that. It's gonna be very interesting. So we'll see after qualifying and then after the race, how will the race go? Sounds like flipping Will Buxton type shit. Oh. Into qualifying we go. We have the two reserves. We have William and then the other half of Mido as reserves. The rest of the grid is full-time grid, so that's pretty impressive. Zing, Visselbor, Sir Nikolai, Chesney, Riz, Joshi, Paul, Youngboy, Chimp, Scorenzy, Frizzy, Pera, KB. Hopefully he won't do his shenanigans like he did in China. And of course Vampy, Trent, Ricky, Clipsy, Alex, and Constala. Constala being the first one to be out on track. Then it is Vampy. Then I think it's gonna be Mido. Then Sir Nikolai, and then so on and so on and so on. Track's pretty long. One of the longest tracks on the calendar, but there's plenty of overtaking opportunities. Turn 1, turn 2. I don't recommend overtaking into turn 4. I literally saw an incident from T2 where they went side by side into turn 4. Please do not go side by side into turn 4, and if you go side by side into turn 4, just let the car on the inside go, because if you're gonna try and stick side by side into the S's, then no, nothing is gonna work out from that. And I already saw the incidents, and you can already feel it. Constala starting the first flying lap of the session. Then it's going to be Vampy and then Mido. Constala from to 1, 2 and 3. Then into turn 4. Now into turn 4. Whip it in. And then turn 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Ay, too much on the curb on the inside of turn 10 and spun round he went there. Thankfully ghosting was there, and as well he didn't clip the wall, but not great first lap. But I was gonna say that that first sector after turn 4 you can pretty much go flat out. Midos trying to rejoin the track pretty dangerously here. Same with one of the McLarens. That was Alex. But what happened?
Sorry, Alex just impeded maybe his teammate because he went straight back to the racing, and maybe it was an impediment between the two McLarens.
Not great. Vumpy, second sector, 0.296. Now into the final corner, Vumpy because missing the apex quite a bit. But now on the exit, using all of his ERS, cutting the course, of course, as much as possible, and Vumpy goes, of course, P1, 27.438. Then behind, it's going to be Sir Nikolai. Where is he going to go? On the mediums, 27.715. Then it's not Pair, it's a Visilbor. No, it's going to be Yengaboy, actually. 28.195, then Ricky 28.650, then a Mercedes of Joshi 28.682, and Cole's been disqualified for going the wrong way. So that's pretty quick qualifying for him. Clipsy 28.101, then bunch of cars, Alex 57.460, but Visilbor goes quickest overall, 27.200, Frizzy 27.714, 1000 in front of Sir Nikolai. The Ferrari, that's Paul, 28.566, he goes P7. Then Haas into the pits, then Aston Martin, that's no, that's not Scorenzy, that was Trent, 28.824, Pera 28.864, Chimp 28.259, and then Chesney 28.485. What has Alex done? I invalidated once again.
The lap time.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that ain't great. That is 30 seconds behind. Jesus Christ, my controller almost hit the ground as I was trying to close my window. Yeah. Already 14 drivers have set their times. There's still Mido, Zink, Williams, Scorenzy, and KB to do their times. I mean, technically only 13 have set actual times, with Alex having a time just to be there, genuinely. He goes into the pits. Scorenzy is gonna finish his lap. Where is he gonna go? He's gonna go P6, 28.162 between Clipsy and Yengaboy. And then that's pretty much it for now in terms of lap times. Mido going out on track once again. William as well out on track. KB as well out on track. And pretty much everyone else that is on the lap out on track, well, except Chimp and Chesney Riz that are doing their times. Especially Chesney Riz and that Scuderia Ferrari HP time is like 15,000. And Paul not doing a lap. Pera neither, as he's invalidated. What his first sector would have been 3 tenths up. Let's go actually with Chimp because he's improving on his lap. 1.5 tenths up on his time. Chesney Riz, no clue if he's improving, but Chimp is improving now into turn 15 and then 16 and then 17 and then 19. 20. Now DR is open. Yellow's in front of him. That's Paul going slowly on the left of him. Now he's improving by 0.5 tenth through turn 23, 24. and then
I don't know
25.
if
Yeah.
bugged or not. Sorry if I'm interrupting. Okay, now it changed. He was on medium for the whole lap, and now he went to off lap. So I don't know if that was strategical to stay in medium mode, but you lose so much time. So I think probably he has a lot more just for the battery usage.
Chimp.
It's gone now into P5. Yeah.
Says I check Discord by Visibor. But yeah, Chimp 5th, 27.790, like I think you said. So Nikolai starting his lap, this time on the softs. By the way, as well, Joshi set his time on the mediums as well. Just a quick note. Yeah, so Nikolai on a flyer. Let's go with him this pretty much a whole lap, as he can improve a lot just because of the tires. He is already 3/10 up on his time through the first sector. That would put him in front of Vampy, but still plenty to go to even match Visilbor's time, and Visilbor still has plenty in the reserves in terms of lap time. Mira goes P10 28.342 in the meantime. So Nikolai, second sector split. What's it gonna be? Only 2/10. He has lost a little bit of time through that second sector, but still, this third sector, William goes in the meantime 6th, 27.734. Then Mercedes is gonna cross the line. That is Joshi starting a lap. In front of Sir Nikolai, there's a V car, but that's going into the pits. So now Sir Nikolai into the finishing line, where he just decided to back out of it, but as well didn't improve at all on that. I don't think that liftoff lost him that much time. Probably could have improved a little bit, not that much. KB in the meantime is third, 27.604. Calypsy, what's his flyer gonna be? Second sector, almost 3.5 tenths up on his time through the second sector. In front of him, a McLaren. That's not KB. That is Alex on a flyer. He is as well improving 0.781 to the second sector. So Alex going a little bit slower than who was it? For fuck's sake, I fucking forgot. Alex P10, but Calypsy, that was him. 27.679 goes P4. In front of his own teammate, but his teammate is on a flyer as well. KB not on a flyer. Frizzy, what's his first sector gonna be? Let's see through the first sector. It's gonna be 1.5 tenths up on his time. In the meantime, that was Joshi P 1128.124. Then a second Alpine. I can fucking get these drivers. Avampi actually improved on his time, 27.228. Still 28 thousandths behind Visilbor. KP going into the pits as well is going a horse of Mido probably. Zinc still has to do a lap time of some sorts of, still without a lap time.
Fritz is improving by 2/10 and is now into the final corner. If you can have a look at him, because this might be actually going to be a P3. Can find really more in the final sector. No, it's only a P4. He lost basically everything in the final sector. Probably ERS slightly too low, or a little mistake that I didn't catch in time, but quite a good lap.
Yep. Pretty good, at least in terms of position wise. Pera invalidated his lap as well. He was drifting on the exit of that final corner. Yengaboy, where is he gonna go? Is he improving? Yes, he is, and has improved when it goes into P11, 28.120 in front of Joshi. Joshi into the pit in the meantime. So Nikolai is on a lap. No, he isn't. He has invalidated. The two Ferraris are on a outlap. Scorenzy has invalidated, so that's pretty much no one on a lap currently. Visible out on track. Zink still without a time. Console down in P20 with a DSQ. Chesney is going to be the furthest one to be on a flyer. Yingabo, of course, not on a flyer since, well, he doesn't even have fuel to do a lap. Actually, Chimp is going to be the one who is going to start a flying lap, the sort of first of these second runs, you could say, or second to third runs. Depends how many runs have you done in this qualifying. So Nikolai's time is still the best on the mediums, 27.715, which is still kind of it is kind of interesting. Chimp through the first sector, and is he gonna improve on it close to the curbs and track limits? And he's improving by 66 thousandths. Behind him, it's a Ferrari of Chesney, probably, yes, and he's losing half a tenth through that first sector. Chimp through turn 16 and 17, losing the back end through 17. Yeah, I think 17. These corner numbers are just, there are way too many. 2/10 up on his time. That is Chimp through the second sector split. Now this straight, and then to 26. These are two different corners, even though it's a one long ass corner, into the final corner of this track, and then to the start finish straight. Is he going to improve, and by how much? He is going to improve, and he goes P5 27.661 in front of Clipsy and Frizzy. Between the two Williamses, Chesney, I don't know, did he actually improve or not? Still in P14 though, that's for sure. Paul is improving by 2.5 tenths. Alex starts his flyer. Paul, where is he gonna go? 2.5 tenths, almost invalidated there before the finish line, and he goes P9 27.945. So he 47, so he breaks into 27s. Then in here, Trent up on his time by 1.5 tenths. Visilbor not on a flyer. There's a Red Bull in P1 and P18, so there is Visilbor as Max Verstappen and Pera as Checo Perez, or Euro Perez, as some people call him. When he enters Europe, Trent did improve by 2.5 tenths, but stays P17 still. Then Sir Nikolai, and is Mido on a lap? Yes, he is actually on a lap. Exiting the final corners, 2.5 tenths up on his time to the second sector. How much is he going to improve? 2 tenths. And he goes P12, 1,000 in front of Yengaboy. There's 3 drivers in 5,000s. Mido, Yengaboy, and Joshi. That's kind of fascinating. Trent's already trying the not or testing out the off track. Is it any grippy, or is he gonna, how much is he gonna be there in the race? Okay, there's way too much going on. Sir Nikolai up on his time too, almost 2.5 tenths up on his time, but and he invalidates through 16-17. Visible retires in the pit, so he's not going to be able to set a lap anymore. Sir Nikolai, I don't know how much time is there, because there's yellow flags caused by Paul not having any sort of fuel, but that's Sir Nikolai's lap ruined. He's going to have to try and get some ERS back. Clipsy is improving through the first sector by almost 3.5 tenths up through the first sector. So he is absolutely flying at the moment. Let's see if anyone is further up on their times. Trent isn't. Then Haas, that's Mido. No, he isn't. a McLaren that's KB not on, so... Joshi, yes, he is on a lap. By the way, as well, Zink has to do a lap, and he is at the moment on a lap. Joshi, he's 1.5 tenths up on his time. Clipsy, how much was he up? No, we don't see it. So let's go back to Joshi, final corner. Good exit, at least enough that he doesn't spin or anything, as the clock is gonna end soon. Joshi goes P9, 27.848. Clipsy goes P3, 27.445. Pretty impressive to considering what he was doing last season on the last year's game. Perot almost 5 tenths up on his time through the second sector, third sector. Where is he gonna go? P11, 27.928. Behind pole, a Alpine that is Ricky up into P10. Vumpy not on a fly as he's crashed out on the exit of the final corner. He was improving on his lap, but he bottled it on the exit of the final corner. Yinga boy, he's improving. And where's he gonna go? P9, 27.841. Then a Mercedes, that's Zink. Where is he gonna go? P1, 27.181 from last with no time in the whole qualifying. He's gone provisional pole position, but there's still KB on a lap. There's still Frizzy on a lap, who can try and, well, get him. Frizzy is going to be the first one to finish his lap. Frizzy, where is he going to go? P4, 27.261, and KB P5, 27.455. Clipsy is not going to be on a lap. So Nikolai is on a lap, still has to do a lap on those softs, and he goes only P7, 27.545. Joshi not on a flying lap, and that is it. Zink yet, I think again, on pole position in this season. Visible.
Sir Nikolai pole position in. Didn't Sir Nikolai have pole position in China? Am I tripping?
I don't know. That's what that's why I said I think so. So I mean, but I swear to God, he started P1 and then he just lost it immediately.
Copy that. Okay.
Yeah, we can actually see it. Yeah, it was Nikolai who got pole. Yeah, you're right. Well, that is his first pole position of the season. And that is, quickly check, that is number 9, pole position number 9 for Zink, overtaking F1 Kid. So he's our all-time pole position leader. Just overtook F1 Kid, who has 8 as well. And for the wins, he has 5. So maybe he can, if he wins this race, then he's going to be 1 win closer to you, actually.
Hey.
Just a little, you know, little there. Stats, although in 10 races you won 7. Or, yeah. Something like that. My guy absolutely dominated that season.
I think it was 6 wins, but I'm not gonna say wrong stuff. I think, I don't know.
Well, still, I mean, most.
Lost the count.
Yeah, but no, your teammate absolutely carried the Aston Martin team that season. Yeah. You had like 138 points. Your teammate had like 12. So as well.
15 or 18, one of the two.
Anyways, you had like over 100. Anyways, 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights, and it's gonna be lights out, and we go here in the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. Zink gets a decent start off the line, keeps that P1 to himself. Vumpy trying to go around the outside of Visselborn, and he's gonna actually go there. And they're still fighting into turn 4. They are gonna go side by side, although Bumpy backs out of it. Just that was Sir Nikolai losing the back end, and that's who is that? That's Clipsy spinning out, losing positions down to P20 from P4 that he qualified, or P3, dropping down to last in the first sector already. Disappointment for Williams. And for Clipsy, Ricky's dropping down to P13. Most of the drivers in the meantime are on the mediums, besides Sir Nikolai and Kosla who are on the softs, and William who is on the hards. Polish trying to overtake Joshi through 17 and 18, but they're still fighting for that P10 through 20 and 21, but that's Joshi in front. Zinc still in front. The gap is in the 6-10 region, although now probably Visibor is going to try and use a little bit of that ERS so that he's going to gain back to Zinc, although it looks like that actually Visibor is just naturally gaining that time on the straight. Didn't seem to use any sort of ERS. Now he's using a little bit of ERS. We'll see. Could be actually that Visibor is actually just gaining that time naturally on the straight. So Visibor running a lower down for setup, Frizzy going down inside on Vumpy into turn 1, but he's still behind him. That move was not successful. Just about Vumpy gave him space. And yeah, Vumpy still in front. Visibor very, very close behind Zinc. DRS is online on this lap, which is gonna cause a massive amount of interesting moments. The DRS is going from P1 to P6 as Pera already gets a 3-second time penalty, Clipsy overtaking Trent. And then the DRS goes from William to the final position on the grid. So there are two groups of DRS trains. Visselborg with the DRS, of course, he's gonna gain on Zing, but Vumpy wants to wanted to overtake Vumpy into turn 22, but Visselborg, of course, tried to defend. Now Visselborg, he's used loads of ERS. Alex as well, 3 seconds. Frizzy is going on the move on Vumpy, but as well Visselborg wants to go on the move on Zing. Zing, of course, happily lets him through because the DRS detection zone was already there on the exit. So now Zing can go back, running lower down for setup behind these three. They went 3 wide, and that's KB sideways in the background. Already 1 second behind Sir Nikolai, who is side by side with Vumpy, and they're going still side by side into turn 4, into turn 5. Sir Nikolai, unsurprisingly, goes off track. Vumpy still keeps P4 behind Szczesny. That's Pera losing many places, and as well Szczesny Riz, I think, lost many places, but that's more Pera has lost plenty of places. Completely cuts the, well, turn 10 and 11. Anyways, the whole almost the whole grid is within the DRS, besides at the moment Trent, Pera and Alex. Alex has pitted on the opening lap, and then Trent and Pera made his mistake, and then Trent is just slow as Clips. He has spun himself round on the exit of turn 18. No damage seems to be on for him. KB is trying to go on the attack on Sir Nikolai, and he is in front of him just about. Actually, not just about, he's fully in front of him. Meanwhile, in front, Zink a little bit of an oversteer moment on the exit. But now Visselborg with the DRS, and as well just lower wings, it seems to be. Visselborg goes on the attack and is in front of Zink. Frizzy tries to kind of go as well, but just stays behind, very close behind him. Now, through this bit, Zink, we can agree on that Zink has lower wings as prioritized in the pits early on. I mean, and the race is long, and you have Alex who's in P20, and that's Zink a little bit wide. But yeah, Alex is just driving P20, and we have Pera who pitted as well. He would have been like around Alex and decides to retire. I mean, if he has side pod damage or rear wing damage, then fair enough. But if he has like front wing damage, then bruh. Zink struggling a little bit through that chicane that we just went. Frizzy goes a little bit front, there's a little bit of lag. Frizzy and Zink are still side by side, although now Frizzy pulls back, doesn't want to go side by side into that corner, realizes that they're just gonna lose plenty of time to Visible that would allow him to just pull away from them, or at least have a chance of pulling away. Behind Zink, nothing too much happening. Vumpy just... there's contact between Vumpy and KB!
No, in fact, someone happened.
And then V-Corp, that is Chimp as well being caught up there. Vumpy's just trying to reverse out, but that probably has some sort of damage. Well, definitely damage. There was flipping carbon fiber all over the place. Nikolai in front of KB, there's Paul getting overtaken by Josh, and as well behind them there's plenty of going on behind them. Miro has 10 seconds for ignoring yellow flags. Wondering what that would be. Joshi just in front of Paul once again. Yenga Boy is trying to defend, I guess, from Ricky. I mean, in this midfield there's way too much happening. In front, that's KB Spawn. There's KB Spawn on the exit of turn 10 and 11. That's the same place where Kosla spawned in qualifying. And he drops down to P16, and he's gonna almost... well, join in with Vumpy, but Vumpy decided not to pit. I mean, the pits were there, just right in front of him, but they still decided not to pit. Kind of weird. Paul is in front of Joshi. In this midfield, stuff is plenty. There's plenty of stuff, so I think you can DC watch that, whilst I kind of more focus on the top. Frizzy's kind of trying to go on, is kind of having a look on Zink, but still not for it. Frizzy wants to overtake Zink now with the DRS, and on the straight Frizzy's trying to go for the attack on Zink, but as well he's gonna go on attack on Visible as well. Zink, and they're going 3 wide into turn 1. Visible is gonna lose 2 positions at once, it seems like. Yes, he is gonna. And Zink gains a position, Frizzy gains a position, Visible loses 2 places, meanwhile behind. Tell me what is happening in here.
What's going on? Basically carnage at the final corner. Paul, I think, squeezed too much Joshi into the wall, as there's Ricky getting spun. While I was saying, Paul squeezed a little bit too much Joshi into the final corner. Now Joshi around the curve per sector, cuts the corner, and gets 3 seconds penalty because of that. Yeah, they squeezed each other. Jenga basically went through the chaos, as also behind there was more chaos that unfolded, as Ricky did a straight move into turn 1, as nearly actually Constella was going for a spin in here into the long corner. And then, yeah, basically every single corner they were going side by side. I don't know how just Ricky managed to sort of die, because I was expecting more, as KP and Constella have a touch and they spin each other out again. Also, yeah, it's basically carnage in every single corner. Now, maybe scoring will go on a move for Joshi, as Vumpy has spun into the first sector, as Poldo is going for a move on Yenga for the P6. As now maybe in front actually, yeah, in front. Frizzy is getting from Zink, and behind William is getting Sir Nikolai. Behind as well, Jenga gets back Paul, and if had a look, didn't do anything. Mito having a look at Chimp, but not yet doing it. Even if Chimper and Jenga, okay, Constella spinning, even if the 2 RBs has both front-end damage, so yeah, they will be slow. They are still it up on pace with the others, even if now in the middle sector, actually this is Currency and not Jenga. Also Joshi has no front-end. Nice, I just saw that.
Like half of the field
Josh
don't have the wing.
Yeah, but also actually Paul might not have a front wing. Yeah, he doesn't also have a front wing. Okay, everyone doesn't have a front wing.
I mean, Yengamoy, Paul, Joshi. I think Chimp doesn't have one yet. Chimp doesn't have one. There is KB. No, Ricky doesn't have one as well. Vampy, but Vampy is gonna probably retire with a 10 seconds. Yeah. But yeah, plenty of drivers don't have front wing, and it's lap 7. Fuck me, man. So, yeah, that's how I predict it. Vampy retires now into the top. Zinc. I don't think he's going to be able to close in on Frizzy enough on that straight. And yes, he can't. Frizzy still stays in the lead. Frizzy looks to be very quick. And when Mido goes into the pit, kind of early, I didn't see him to have any sort of front wing damage. And I don't think... I mean, I just want to see, is he going to change his front wing? No, he doesn't look like that he's going to change his front wing. No, he isn't. He's going to serve his 5 seconds, or some sort of penalty that he has. But yeah. Carbon fiber all over the place. Literally.
Oh my god, Whistleboard just did a Tokyo Drift moment in the fast left-hander. Jesus Christ, that's so lucky that he did survive, because he was heading straight into the wall. Somehow he saved it, and he's still able to stick with Zinc and Frizzy for the DRS. Maybe now Zinc might actually go for a move for Frizzy into the last corner or the first one.
Yeah, yellows, that's Alex. It's Alex.
Yeah, Alex spinning. Out of slipstream, probably trying to cool down the engine, and also having a little look with more enjoying the sort of battle they are having with Pop Course.
Lovely exit, Yengaboy.
Actually,
Yengaboy behind lost.
Okay,
yeah, Yengaboy lost behind many places, but now Zinc is going for the lead, although they're still going side by side into turn 1 and 2, and Zinc gets a beautiful move around the outside into turn 1. Whistleboard doesn't look for a move either, so Zinc goes back into the whistle. Frizzy almost lost it in turn 5, somehow managed to save it. I mean, he had like 3 moments there in just couple of seconds. Well, technically, well, yeah, a couple of seconds. Yengaboy 3 seconds, but yeah, Frizzy could have almost lost the race there. In turn 5. Meanwhile, behind Joshi and Mido pit, Joshi and Sir Nikolai pit for mediums and hards. Sir Nikolai and Joshi in that order. The rest are still staying out. In the midfield has calmed down a little bit. William and Scorns Edmonds are kinda alone in here, although Youngboy is kinda trying to go for something. Yellows for...
Clipsy has spun and broken his front wing now into the straight.
Yep, and that's Ricky in front of him. Back into the lead. Frizzy's trying to come back at Zinc into the straight. Start finish straight, and Frizzy is back into the lead. Yeah, I saw that as well, that little moment, but I don't know, was that Frizzy trying to hit Zinc off or what? But doesn't matter, we are still, everyone is still alive, at least from the top 3. Clipsy into the pits. I mean, he has that front wing damage like 1/3 of the grid has. Frizzy trying, just to let Zinc through into turn 13. Interestingly, he's trying to save a lot of ERS, but the same with Zinc. And a bit of a moment in turn 17-18 that definitely doesn't help him. In the meantime, KB and Trent are fighting into turn 13, and it looks like KB is in front. Frizzy, though, almost kind of looked like he was gonna go for the move. into turn 22. Frizzy didn't get the good run in turn 22. So now Visible... No, Visible is not even close. Frizzy is going for the lead and is in the lead into turn 27, into the final corner. Now on the exit of this final corner, is anyone gonna pit? Frizzy? No, none of them. So Zinc, is he gonna go for the lead or is he gonna stay behind? It looks like he's gonna stay behind. So Frizzy still in the lead. Meanwhile, that's Cornsey going into the pits. The rest stay. No, that's Chesney as well. Riz going into the pits. KB in front of Trent, although Trent is trying to go on the attack on KB into turn 1. They're gonna go side by side. But that's not Trent in front of KB, because KB has gotten a beautiful run through turn 1 and 2, and they're going to subside into turn 4, and that's KB massive moments in turn 4. Didn't look like that they made contact, at least. At least it didn't, like I said, didn't look like. KB looked like that he just lost it on his own, and Trent is still in front of KB. Sir Nikolai is trying to overtake Ricky, almost lost it himself there through turn 10 like his teammate in qualifying. Sir Nikolai is trying to tell Ricky, like, get the fuck out. And Sir Nikolai gets a beautiful move around the outside of turn 13, almost cuts Ricky off the universe. And yeah, that's Sir Nikolai in front of Ricky. I mean, Ricky has front wing damage. In meantime, in front, Zinc in front of Frizzy. Although Frizzy goes on the inside of Zinc. Zinc will not get a DRS. If Zinc gonna pit? Yes, he does pit. And Visible and Frizzy stay out. So, Zinc went very slow initially into the pit. He went very, very slow. He goes in, for the hearts, but I saw that he just accelerated from 0 kilometers per hour. So that's, if that was correct what I saw, then that is gonna hinder him a lot. He could maybe even lose the P1, or maybe even fight for P1. Paul pits, Yingwei pits if changing his front wing, Trent as well pits, Ricky pits changing his front wing. Meantime, Joshi gets overtaken by Mido, and that's it in terms of people that have pitted. The gap from Frizzy to Zinc is 22 seconds, 22.7 seconds. Ricky gets overtaken by Clipsy, although, of course, Ricky was in the pits. Now, are these two gonna fight? If these... Or are they gonna go into the pits, or both? Or not, or none of that? Are they just gonna be there, just trying to tow along, drive? Frizzy looks like he's gonna go to the pits. Yes, he does pit.
No.
Paul 3 seconds. Yeah, Frizzy into the pits.
I'm surprised by Visible strategy, because
ideally 10 seconds.
That's so lucky. I don't know if usually going for the soft, medium soft. That's so strange as a strategy, because the softs really don't work in race conditions. We're just going for the hard, which is sort of predictable. Let's see where Zinc comes out. But Visible going for the soft might be too much. Let's say Frizzy out of pit.
Side by side. You're just in front of him. That was so close between them. I think there was even contact, but if there wasn't, then it was so close between them. That's Sir Nikolai out of the Grand Prix in turn 4, and that's a VSC out on track. If Visible can take advantage out of this into the pits, this is gonna help him out massively. So yeah, VSC out, like I said. Sir Nikolai, well, turned in too early into turn 4. I don't even need to see it. It's just very easy to turn in there too early. But if this VSC is gonna stay out still, then Visible could be on an absolute masterclass and be a couple of seconds, maybe 2. No, it didn't. No. The strategy that was thinking and all has went into straight garbage. And as well, Visible thought about that the same, probably, and he has to stay out once again. Although, of course, he doesn't have to. Meanwhile, behind him, the two rivals of his, Zinc and Frizzy. Frizzy almost trying to go for the move, although he doesn't want to yet, of course. Now Frizzy with the DRS and probably ERS.
I don't know if my game is bugged or not. That's pretty close for Zinc, but before the virtual safety car, the gap between Visibor and second place was 20 seconds, 21 seconds. Now it was 25. So either Zinc was so slow, or either Visibor had sort of virtual safety car glitch for Delta, because I opted him on his onboard and he was on green. I don't know if the virtual safety car Delta was parked for him or Zinc went that slow. I don't think so, honestly. That might be something that can go really into Visibor's race at this point. Of course, Rebel favoritism, what a surprise. Still, that was strange.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, now that you mention it, I totally agree. William as well, 3 seconds, that's 13 seconds for him. I mean, my guy is just chilling there in P4 at the moment. Nothing to worry about, but now he has to worry about 13 seconds. Visible pits into the pits of the KB 3 seconds as well. Visible goes for the softs. Now this is gonna be very interesting. Are these two gonna fight, or are these two gonna try and help each other out at the moment? So of course, well, I don't know, will these but Visibor is now getting out of the pits. Visibor is gonna be in front of them by quite some margin. Now he gets, of course, a better exit. The gap is gonna be like 2 seconds on the exit. No, it's 1.4. But through the first sector, Visibor is going to have so much grip compared to the Hearts. Of course, Hearts wear out almost nothing. The two Ferraris fight for P6 and P7. Paul has 3 seconds. So this is not really ideal. And as well, Paul has front wing damage, it looks like. So it's even less making sense. And Chimp is gonna almost overtake Chesney into the S's. Of course, not really much space there. And as well, Chimp has front wing damage. What the fuck is going on in this midfield? And now Alex has yet again spun. Honestly, at this rate, you might as well just retire. I mean, you're gonna cause a safety car like KB did, and almost get yourself accused of purposely making yourself making safety car for yourself. There's Alex goes. No safety car yet, so that's
lucky boy.
Yeah, very lucky. Very lucky. That is very lucky. But as well, who is lucky at the moment, kinda, is Visibor, who doesn't have anyone behind breathing his ass at the moment, as the gap between Zinc now and Visibor is over a second. 1.5, 1.6 as we go into the first two corners. Of course, Visibor's softs are going to be very good for this, like, first 5 laps, but then after that, it's going to be a bit of a stretch. It is going to be a bit of a stretch. Ferraris again switch places. Chimp is trying to go on the attack on Paul, and he can't make it. Joshi tried to as well go on Yengabai, but instead of going on the attack, he decided to just, well, go off track. By the way, this whole train, besides Chesney Riz, this whole train from Chesney Riz down to KB has penalties. All of them have penalties, and like half of them, Mido and KB. I think KB just, from what I saw, KB was just trying to go on middle, but unfortunately clipped his left rear tire, and with the model contact model on this game being so shit, then just automatically it went left, and the front wing damage for both of them. Middle coming out worse with more front wing damage. because not how you want your race to go, like that. Frizzy going on the attack on Zinc into turn 1, because they're trying to sort of catch up to Visible, which they are actually catching up. The gap was like 1.5 seconds, now it's 1.3. They are catching up slowly, but they are catching up, and as laps will go, those softs are gonna wear out more and more, and logically they should get worse as Zig gets 3 seconds middle retires in the pits. Yeah, like...
Oh my god, Chimp, what am I seeing? Chimp tried to move into turn 3 on pole, they drag both, and now they're going side by side. It's like contact. Joshi gets through, Yenga Boy maybe has a look, but I don't know. Chimp basically dive bombed the pole into turn 3 trying to get in position, but they both ran off track, so I don't know if that will get a penalty out or not by the stewards. We will see. I was gonna say about Visipor, his strategy doesn't look so bright to me, because he's not gaining as much as I would expect, because the cells die in like 2 laps, and he hasn't gained those 1 or 2 seconds that probably will gain in a sort of buffer, and we will see probably some interesting final 4 or 5 laps where Visipor has basically the same pace, if not slower, compared to the guys on ours.
Yeah.
As they switch places into turn 1, actually they are fighting.
Frizzy 3 seconds as well.
Gets a 3 second time penalty. Probably even he went too much on this side by himself, or he got forced to. As Mido, Mido is firing. Never mind.
Yeah.
Even he went too much on his side by himself, or Zing him on the side. I think it's more the first one, but I mean we will see if there is a report coming for them. At the back, Joshi and Paul are fighting we're fighting into the first corners, as you know, Joshi is sort of making a buffer between the Ferraris and the Alpha and their beast, who have been going at it for the past 2-3 laps. See if maybe Joshi can move into this corner. He's using the ERS, so probably there might be a chance around the outside. Maybe yes, he's going around the outside of Paul. Responsive damage, so maybe the move might be easy.
No.
Joshi, doesn't make it, probably. Or not at the best line through there. Ferraris actually might have to play to switch their cars and make the position easy to defend. Maybe there at the back of the train, KBNs were at a little kiss. But at the moment, Ferrari is switching maybe into the final corner. They will. As Paul looks at Chesney Reese as a Frisian thing to place it once more. Paul are on the inside of Chesney Reese. Josh nearly goes through wide, as behind they're coming like aero fighters. Jenga Boy on the inside, there's a contact between him and Joshi, and there's another contact on the exit. As now Paul, Chesney Reese goes for it again into the main straight. Oh! Head check by the Mercedes side. Jenga Boy has lost the end plate as they go into turn 2 and maybe turn 3 as they took once more into turn 3. No, none of them is gonna yield. Oh, side by side to their tires at work. Just 3 second time penalty.
Oh my fuck, what am I watching? What am I watching? This is like tier 2, even like tier 3 type stuff. Like what the hell am I watching? I mean, side by side into turn 4. I don't know what these drivers are thinking to go side by side into turn 4 genuinely. But
also side note, Rizzi has come back to be support the RS, so the fight is on for the win now.
Yep, it is, and Visilbor hasn't been saving his ERS almost at all. He has the same amount as Frizzy. Frizzy, fastest lap 29.388. But we have to remember, Frizzy and Zinc have the penalties. Even if Frizzy is gonna try and get that penalty off, at the moment they still have the penalties. Visilbor doesn't. So all he has to do, Visilbor, is just if Frizzy and Zinc are gonna go for the attack, then just let them by and then just hang on behind them They're gonna go 3 wide, 2 V-Corps and a McLaren into turn 1. Now KB is in front, just cuts in front of Chimp. But KB in front of the 2 V-Corps. But Jesus flipping Christ, the 2 Ferraris have have finally pulled away from the rest of the pack. Although KB is gaining a lot, even though he has front wing damage, he's gaining a lot. He's almost within that 1 second. So could be actually that he's gonna get that DRS, and means that the whole party is gonna well, it is gonna be back.
Going for the lead into the final corner. No, not really. His momentum was great, but didn't capitalize. This board nearly gets Zing through. Okay, Zing lifts up Freezy, going for the double in state and takes the lead as Busbor clearly now is accusing those software. It's pretty high. I think it's gonna be nearly in the 40s. As Freezy, with a slight oversteer from Zink to turn 2, might get away with it. Actually, no, Zink is under AI nearly. It seems to be under AI. I don't know if this is true, but it to me looks like it's under AI.
No, he's just struggling. He's very much struggling. He's struggling a lot. The gap from Zink and Frizzy has risen in 1 sector to 2 seconds. Zink just lets Vizelbor through. The gap is rising like crazy in the top. Behind, KB has got up to the 2 Ferraris. In the meantime, the 2 V-Corps have somehow they're all of a sudden behind Trent. How the hell has that happened?
They had contact into turn 2. There were yellow flags. I didn't catch up to the action. They did that contact with each other.
Yeah. Anyways, on the lead, Vizelbor might actually lose this because of Zink just struggling. He was struggling so much through that first sector, and now that they lost like 3 seconds to Frizzy through that first sector, that now Vizelbor could actually lose the win. Yellow is behind. That is Ricky spinning round. Zink going for the lead, but the gap has now risen to 3.3 seconds. Frizzy is clear of Vizelbor at the moment. Vizelbor as well is going to be struggling through these final couple of laps. Meanwhile, in the midfield, the 2 Ferraris and a McLaren are going to fight. KB tries to go for somewhere to go for the attack, but he couldn't find anywhere to go. KB now trying to go for the attack on Chesney Riz, and is that going to be around the outside of turn 4? This ain't going to end well. Well, it sort of didn't, because sort of didn't. Well, they had contact a little bit on the entry. But just on the entry, Chesney rides the curb. And he loses a place to Joshi, but honestly it doesn't matter for him because he doesn't have any sort of penalties, so he can just chill behind all these lads and watch as the chaos unfolds in front of him. Just be careful that you don't lose too much time. Meanwhile, with losing time, Frizzy has pulled a 3.9 second gap on Zink. It is absolutely incredible how much Frizzy is gaining on Zink, even though they're on the same tire. Zink is all of a sudden struggling a lot at the moment. He's sideways into turn 1. Zink is struggling so much at the moment. And is he actually under AI?
It seems like he's going under AI in some places. I don't understand. At the exit of turn 2, he seems to be under AI. Sometimes he basically leads so much in the first sector. I don't know what is going on with Zink. He lost just by Vizelbor alone in 2 corners. I don't understand what is going on with Zink. Oh my god! I was looking at the trend nearly killing Chesney Reese into turn 1. Thank god it did happen. As Jim now gets back into the fight with Trent there's no way to get past him into this. But yeah, I don't know honestly what is going on with Zinc. Even if he's going under AI or just as internet problems all of a sudden, twice in the first sector seems to be kind of suspicious. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, F1 Kids suggested that he might have some wheel problems. I mean, that could be as well an issue. That could be also an issue. But until he's gonna say something in Discord or wherever, we ain't gonna know it. Joshi goes for the move on pole into turn 22, but now Paul is gonna have the DRS, and as well KB is gonna have the DRS on Joshi into the final corner. And Paul is gonna go for the move. KB is trying to go 3 wide, and he has pulled the move on the middle of the two, and he's gone up to P6. Joshi almost lost it on the exit of the final corner. Trent is in front of Chesney Riz earlier in the lap. Paul goes now on the move on KB. KB almost runs into the back of Paul and almost lost it himself. But yeah, Paul back up to P6. Joshi trying to sort of look for a move, but he cannot find a move. Yellows that Clipsy spun the exit of turn 2. Struggling a lot. Ricky goes into the pits.
Also worth mentioning that KB is now trying to go on a wall. KB has low fuel. He's minus 0.1 on fuel, and has to manage the fuel in these laps to laps, or I mean getting the car on, because that's pretty, yeah, that's minus 0.12 now. That's pretty high as fuel to regain back, all in one lap especially. As now maybe KB, oh really, I missed that. KB going to move on pole. Easy, and he's fuel saving as much as possible, but I don't think he will make it. I think Paul and Josh have an easy way now for getting him at flag. As Paul maybe has a look
into the back of him. Trent as well.
Dangerous.
Trent,
go.
Oh.
You go now.
Paul hits the wall. They're almost 3 wide on the exit of the final corner. KB is gonna get absolutely eaten by Joshi, Paul, and even Trent if he pulls the move. Paul goes up to P6 in front of Joshi. Joshi though is gonna try and go somewhere, but he can't. KB is back in front of Trent. Chesney is kind of looking somewhere. Joshi hits the wall on the inside, and he is out of the Grand Prix on the final lap into turn 4 like Sir Nikolai. KB another 3 seconds. Trent is gonna get a guaranteed P6 with Chesney as well, P9. But we go down into the lead. To the leader of this Grand Prix, and Frizzy, after breaking that DRS from Visible and Zinc, has been absolutely unstoppable. Zinc and Visible couldn't catch up to him back. Zinc had probably some problems, but Frizzy is gonna win his first Grand Prix of HOR here in Saudi Arabia, picks up his first win in HOR and the first one in this season. Visible with Zinc's 3 seconds is gonna grab P2, Zinc P3. William is gonna finish on track P4, but he's gonna lose that place to Scoresy. Meanwhile, behind Paul P6 in this midfield, there's still plenty to do. KB is getting overtaken by Chimper on the outside. He's trying to defend that position, and he has defended that position. Now Trent down to the line. Who's gonna be in P7 on track? KB!
Oh, KB finished the fuel! KB didn't have any fuel just in that moment. Oh my god, it was...
I mean, the...
Carbon fiber.
Yeah, carbon fiber on the floor. KB in P11, Clipsy P12, Ricky P13. He's gonna finish this race. I think he's gonna grab the fastest lap as well with that. Unless he's gone too slow on the lap, but I think he's gonna grab the fastest lap. I think. Oh, did he actually? 29.579. I think it should be the fastest lap. Oh my goodness me. Driver of the day, Trent. I mean, to be fair, you could give it to Trent from like P16 somewhere on there to P6, P7. It is a very good performance from him.
I mean,
P5.
I won't give in to him because he got so much. I mean, okay, fair play. He stayed within the track limit, which basically no one did in this whole race because he got benefited from that basically. But I don't know. In my opinion, Pity gets to be the driver of the day because I mean it's his first win in HR. I think it's deserved that he is the driver of the day for this race.
Yeah, I agree with you. Frizzy driver of the day. Yeah, I mean Ferraris from P18 to P13 as well. Honorable mention from them, from P18 and 13 to P6 and 7. Trent from P19 to P5. Scorsese from 14 to 4th. William had a good race on P9 to P4 on track, but 22 seconds of penalties costed him all of those positions and lost out to Chimp and only got that P8 because Chimp got absolutely murdered by KB on that final straight of the race. I mean, Saudi Arabia has almost always produced chaos, and this wasn't an exception. That this race was pure chaos in the midfield. Fuck me, man. That midfield was always happening. Sometimes there was always happening something. Like, I don't know how do these drivers manage to cause so much shit in like all of the flipping in every single lap. Like, that's fucking madness.
Yeah, I mean, the midfield probably gave us the battle that probably we would have wanted to be at the front, but I mean, if those were the standards at the front, yeah, it wouldn't be so nice. But yeah, the battle in the midfield were so funny to see, even if there were a few things. But yeah, most likely it was fair and fun to watch.
Yeah. I mean, fair is... I would use that word loosely in here, in some of the places, but fun to watch, and definitely it wasn't a boring race. Definitely it wasn't a boring race. Even though I had like 5 hours of sleep today. Still, it didn't bore me at all, and yeah. The race was full of action, and honestly, one of the best, could be one of the contenders for the best race this season. Next week is gonna be Portugal, Portimao, with a sprint. So we're gonna see OSQ, then the sprint race, OSQ, and then a full race. And then the second one is in Texas. But yeah, at the moment, Frizzy is the winner. Zing should be still, well, should be. I think he's still gonna be leading the. He's gonna be still leading the drivers' championship.
Yeah.
After this race, but yeah, like for the third time, I'm gonna say, next race is gonna be Portimao with the sprint, and yeah. You have anything else to say?
No, not really. What has been said has been enough, I think. Yeah, in general, yeah. As I said, the race has been fun and very fun to see. Not boring at all. And probably I'll save these 20 gigabytes of race recording that I did for myself. I just want to watch it back later.
Okay. Okay. All I'm gonna say is ciao, and I'm full of sweat. See ya.